Intricate entanglements of inconsiderate thoughts congealed to newest confusions. Too elaborate to fathom convalescent values of a lost stranger's attrition. Behind bloodied, grazed knees and forgotten pleas, a lost away world to be saved. Only the salvaged rubble of the journey so ill navigated and unpaved. So consumed by the swallowing of one's own unmitigated paranoia, in the sheer lust for power, one would reap severance in search of wonder, feeling the ground vibrate beneath the feet of those invisible to ourselves. That reason is conquered in the flirtation of retribution as our warlike nature delves. You can cry to the heavens, only to be replaced by the cooling rain of thunder, echoing from the very wells of all mortal souls beneath the bleeding asunder. Yet fallen upon the soil sowed in crops to feed the children as the latest victims. Seems to me we live in a pacified existence to honor violence and self-esteem. We look to each other for the answer, as the blameless remain silent in their riches, staring upon the faces of the people so much like ourselves, wading in the ashes of generations before our own. Repeat play, who lived so much yet died with so little. Only in the glory of the senses that can hear you no more in a still body so brittle. Lifeless and yet longing, we remain so as a broken movie playing the same scene of sex, violence, breeding and excuses to play away desires for the hungered serene, toppled upon us only to figure value upon the passing of every chance we had. Why ceremony the dead when we had every chance to consolidate life, but with faces so sad? Is the peace we crave now welcomed only to be cheated of sensation to hear our tears, fallen to suddenly now the realism of the worth now passed beyond breadth of fears, left to the emptiness of that void unclaimed and yet so perfect for their passing, while beating drums of hearts taken for granted in their constant servitudes depleting. We all want the shouting to stop, yet we all live for the crisis as a purpose for tomorrow. To live another day, repeating the same of all inquiries upon denials of our sorrow. What did you want when you awoke today, expecting to purposely serve another's will? To afford in labor the very fashion and dissolving of recognition, demonstrating social ill. Instinct has no north or south, simply the yielding to nature we layer in complication, to entwine the fabric and covet the blemish in fear of such exposed imperfection, rushing to work or hanging on those precise pearls of peace as we're far too afraid to raise a hand and state that there is something wrong here from fixtures frayed. What is moral fabric when the stitchmakers are a skill beyond your reckoning? We reap war upon what we cannot dictate to in salvation of such self-governing. That loss of face burdened more so than practice the goals of our everyday. Now please look me in the eye and tell me what it is you wanted to say.